Let me ask you something. How many times have you said, go do your homework, and instantly felt the energy change? Your kid slows down, avoids eye contact, and suddenly needs a snack, water, and a full life reset. And you're sitting there like, why is this such a battle? Here's the truth. It's not that your kid doesn't want to do homework. It's the way you're saying it. That's what's making them not want to do the work. Let's walk through a real life moment. You say, go do your homework. They say, okay, but they don't move. 5 minutes later, they're still there in the same spot. Now your tone changes. Didn't I say go do your homework? Now it feels like pressure. Now it feels like control. And just like that, something small turns into a whole situation. And most people think, my child just needs more discipline. But that's not what's actually happening. Here's what's really going on. Kids are wired for autonomy. They want to feel like they have control. They're making decisions. So when they hear, do your homework, they don't hear guidance. They hear, you have no choice. And when humans feel like they have no choice, they push back. Let me give you an example. At work, if someone told you, turn in your work before you leave, you would say, you talking to me? There will be pushback. So the goal isn't to remove expectations, it's to change how we communicate them. Same outcome, different approach. So here's what we need to do instead. Try asking this. What's your plan for getting your homework done today? Now they have to think. Now they have ownership. Even if the plan isn't perfect, let them own it. That's how independence is built. How about this one? Do you want to start your homework now or take a 10-minute break? You're still in control, but they feel in control too. And that changes everything. Now this one is big. Tell me, what's the hardest part of your homework? Because a lot of times kids aren't avoiding homework. They're avoiding being stuck. So instead of pushing, you get curious. What part doesn't make sense to you? Do you want any help? What do you want to try first? Now you're building confidence, problem solving, communication. And sometimes you just say, I'll sit with you while you get started. No pressure, no lecture, just presence. And most of the time, once they start, they keep going. Now, here's the bigger picture. This isn't really about homework. It's about what you're teaching underneath. If you always tell them what to do, they depend on being told. If you guide them to think, they will learn how to think. So the real question is, do you want a kid who only works when told, or a kid who can manage themselves? Because one day you won't be there to say, go do your homework.